Hello.
Okay, you can unmute it. You can unmute it.
Hi.
Nobody gets you yet.
Please, can you not speak free? So they think your name is the same friend. They'll not be calling me Empress.
All right, girls, good evening, everyone. Let me know where you're joining in from. Let me know where you're joining in from. Leave me a comment now. Yep, we're streaming on YouTube. I need to post that link on the groups. Let me know where you're joining in from. And while you're telling me, tell me what you remember from yesterday. Tell me what you remember from yesterday. In the comment section, I'm looking out for everyone's comment. Yep, tell me what you remember from yesterday's session, 12 to 14 class. Tell me what you remember from yesterday, all right? Tell me what you remember from yesterday, okay? Let me see. Princess Nicole was the first person that joined the call today. Hi, Nicole. Nicole is joining in from Port Harcourt. Fantastic. This class is for 12 to 14-year-olds. So if you're not yet up to that age, this is not your class. If you're less, the previous class was yours. So this is not your class. We learned about being safe on our devices with Princess Brianna Bangwell. How did you know that she's Bangwell? How did you know Princess Brianna is Bangwell? Yeah. Yep, Princess Brianna is my first daughter, and she's the one taking the 12 to 14 class. I hope you learned something. So I'm trying to see whether she taught well yesterday. So tell me, what did you learn from her? Yes. Zara, it has to be you. All right, thank you, Zara. Thank you. All right, so let me see in the comment. What do you remember? Oh, Kimberly is joining in from Ogun State. Fantastic. Well done, well done. I see Princess Eniola is joining in from Abuja. I see who else is here. All right, Princess Olua Tobilola is joining in from Lagos. So girls, you remember the drill. Rename your devices. Make sure there's a princess in front of your name. Remember yesterday I told you that the bootcamp is a learning space and everyone should feel comfortable enough to share their thoughts and ideas. If you can hear me, please leave a comment and say you can hear me. If you can't hear me, it might be a thing with your device, so you may need to leave and join again. All right, but if you can hear me, let me hear. Oh, you can hear me. Fantastic. We learned that to have an healthy esteem, we have to have a healthy self-esteem in order to function on the internet. Very correct. You need solid self-esteem to function on the internet. Is Brenna on? Is around? Oh, I didn't know that. All right, so let's go. Let's go. All right. So let me see. You guys can hear me. I learned you should not ask advice online. Yes, always look for a trusted adult that you can talk to about stuff like that. All right, who else? We learned about online safety with Princess Briona. Fantastic. Okay. Somebody put an emoji, eyes, ears, and a tick. You know, we talked about emojis, so stick with the conversations that we can easily understand, all right? So we talked about emojis yesterday, all right, as part of our rules, okay? All right. Okay, so let's go to the next conversation that we are having today. Today, we're talking about something exciting again. I'd like to start by sharing Princess Briona's slide, and then we're going to bring her in so we can start talking. But just before we go, I'd like to do something that I saw Princess Peace do in all the other classes. She asked the girls to remind her what the rules of the bootcamp is. So I would like to ask that favor. What are some of the rules? What are some of the rules we have for the bootcamp? We'd like to hear you, please. All right. What are some of the rules we have? Go ahead. Before I bring Princess Brianna up. What are some of the rules? So have you gotten everything you came to pick? Okay. What are some of the rules that we talked about yesterday? Oh, I went somewhere else to look for this slide. Finally found it. What are some of the rules we have from yesterday? Let me see. Respect people's opinions here. No condemning people. Yep. Nobody's smarter than me. Yeah, that's something we learned. Okay. No emojis, no spamming in the chat. Zara, you've used the right word. No spamming in the chat. No mean comments, no emojis. We're not arguing. We're not condemning people's questions. We're respecting people's opinions. All of these things are part of. All right, so there's a princess saying she can't hear me very clearly. Princess, do you want to check whether the volume on your device is working well? All right, no hauling of verbal words. All right, that's derogatory words, I guess. No arguments, don't share plenty emojis, respect other people's. You girls are amazing. You girls are amazing. So I'm going to keep increasing my volume and keep speaking as loudly as I can. So Princess Brianna, are you ready for today? Let me start sharing your slide. Let me know if you're ready. Just leave me a comment. Send me a DM. Let me know if you're ready, and I'm good to go. All right. Oh, sorry about that, girls. All right. So I'm trying to go all the way to her day 2. All right. So we're here for day 2. All right. So Princess Brianna, do I have a message from you telling me that you're good to go? Thank you so much, Princess Kimberly. All right, so Princess Brianna, get ready to be unmuted right about now. Please unmute.
Thank you, Ma.
All right.
So,
Please go.
good day. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I think it's almost evening anyways, but I'll still say good afternoon. So, I'm Princess Brianna again. And hello and welcome to day 2 of the bootcamp. The theme again is online safety. So, our session beginner for today. Sorry.
All right, let's go. Check your inbox, yeah?
Okay. Okay. So before we go to the main topic for today, we're going to start with recaps. So what are some points that we can remember from yesterday's class? Anybody?
People can raise up their hands. This time around, it's no longer comment, you get to speak. So if you'd like to share verbally, so raise up your hand. Oluwatobi Lola is the first person to raise up her hand. Toby, please go ahead and share. You can unmute and share.
Thank you. I learned that we should not put ourselves down because of what other people say online, because we do not know how they are, and we don't know their manners or their values. So we need to just think of ourselves and don't let anybody else get to us. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Oluwatobi. Sorry, Brianna, that
Yes.
was your feedback to give.
Well, that
So,
was great.
so who
Anybody else?
Yes, there are quite a number of people here. We have Ese, we have Gadiela, we have Nico with the A. So I think we'll go with those 3 and then you can start, and then other people will take the other turns to speak. Princess Ese, you have the floor. Please unmute.
Okay, yesterday we learned that we should not allow yourself to say hateful words to others because of what you heard or because of what they said that made you angry.
Fantastic. Princess Brenner.
That was good.
Fantastic.
Anyone?
Yes, 2 more people coming. Princess Gadiela, please. Gadiela, please unmute your mic. And after that will be Nicole with the A.
I learned not to seek validation from the outside world and people on social media.
Oh, fantastic. So give me an example of the ways that people usually would do that.
Oh, post inappropriate content just to go viral because everybody is doing so.
Oh, fantastic. That is brilliant. Again, Brian, I'm just enjoying these conversations. What do you have to say about what Gadiela just said?
That's great.
All
That's
right.
good.
Okay, so fantastic. And then we have Princess Nicole with the A. Where did you go? Did you lower your hands? Unmute and share.
What I learned from yesterday is that you shouldn't body shame others.
Yes. Yes. Very important. All right.
Great.
All right. Everybody is great for you. So you need to have more adjectives you're using to describe people's feedback. But well done. Over to you, Princess.
So I think we're going to head straight to the session beginner. But Princess Chichi here says that she wasn't around yesterday for the class. Zeri, please.
Princess Chichi, all you need to do is ask mommy to check the WhatsApp group. That replays from yesterday, you have to watch what happened yesterday. Yesterday's lesson was really exciting. So all you need to do is check the link. I've actually just reposted the replay again now. It's going to have the replay of yesterday and today. So you just one single link and you can watch all the replays. Please do well to watch it right after this session so that you get, like the context of the conversation, like where we are coming from. All right? Brianna, your turn.
So now we're going straight to the session beginner. Today's topic is information literacy. That is like knowing what you're supposed to do online, like do's and don'ts. It's just like your own personal policies and rules that you set when you're going online. And some of them I would like to share today is number one, don't share personal information online. Because when you share it, even though there are good people, there are also bad people seeing that information. And nobody knows the plans they have in store for people like that. Number two, manage your own curiosity. Be careful about pop-ups. That's great. It means that, like, manage your curiosity. When a pop-up comes up, don't immediately click it to like know what's there, because once there are some sites that once you open it, trying to erase those images from your mind is really hard, most especially because they post inappropriate content in those sites. Number three, sharing news is always a bad idea. There is blackmail and mental health problems that come with trending for immoral reasons. So yes, sharing news is one of them, and there are other health and wow, Princess Gadiela just posted that what are pop-ups? Pop-ups are like notifications, or like, how would I describe them? Like, let's say you are playing a game or you are using your phone and a notification just came up on your screen, like click here to win the best prize ever, or click here and go to this. And sometimes they don't tell you what the real site is. They give you fake names of a really cool site that you think exists, but somehow it doesn't exist. And by the time you click it, it opens to something completely different. So that's basically what pop-ups are. So manage your curiosity before you go and open a pop-up that is not meant for you and can literally harm you. So that includes sharing nudes, because that includes blackmail and mental health problems. Because maybe at the moment you shared it, you weren't feeling that thing, but after a while, your conscience will be bothering you. You won't be at peace with yourself for sharing that kind of indecent image of yourself with someone. And let me say, someone who wants money can find out who your parents are and start blackmailing them to give them money so they don't post it online. And that's literally part of that's why parents have rules, and that's part of saving us from any embarrassment. Next, always log out of public systems. Yes, never. Let's say that. Okay, let me use a cyber cafe. go to a cyber cafe to use a computer, and then as you're leaving, you forget to log out of your own handle. And wow, cyber cafe. Okay, let's do something more practical. Like in your school, there should be a computer lab. So let's say you go to the computer lab, you signed in your details and started to work on something, and then the bell rang and you were rushing to go home and you forgot to sign out. Anyone that sees that with bad intentions can use your email to blackmail other people and send mean and defraud people using your own account. So people think you're the one doing it and they don't realize that someone has hacked into your account. And another thing for that is
Case
people
wouldn't
can
it,
solicit.
in that
Huh?
case, it wouldn't even be hacking because you just gave the person free pass. Hacking means they had to
Wow.
find a way. But when you don't log out of public systems, you just give them the ticket to do it.
So next, people can solicit funds as you. That's like stealing money, using you as the, okay, so they're the ones at the background, but they're the ones that people is seeing doing it. So people are using you to defraud people. It's somehow the same thing. Well, it can come through forgetting to log out of public systems, but it can also come through hacking. And like when people solicit funds as you, that's they steal money, but you're the one people are seeing on the front line. That's basically it. Be careful about accepting friend requests from people you don't know. We talked about that yesterday. So when someone sends you a friend request, even if the profile looks real, even if the profile seems to make sense, I think it's best, not I think, why do I keep saying I think? It's best to accept friend requests with people that you know physically already, so that the so that you know the person, and then if someone does something wrong on your account, you can, apart from being online, you can talk to the person physically, so you know who is your friend on your account, and you have this couple of things that you discuss with people that are your friends online. And so yeah, that's basically it. And I think there are two more. Until you are a certain age, keep your inbox closed. So until you're a certain age, keep your inbox closed. I think that's basically why many social media platforms have age limits to when you can use it. And okay, yeah, that's why different platforms have age limits to when age restriction to when you can start using their platform. And that also includes your email account until you're a certain age where you can, when you know you can think when someone sends you a message, or let me say you do something online and you post your email account, or let me say you're doing something with your friend and you post your email account. Keep your, not that, well, when you're doing something, it includes keeping your inbox open. But when you're not really doing anything, it's best to keep your inbox closed, because people can use that and send private messages blackmailing you. And that is really, really guilt tripping. Will I say? But it doesn't give you peace of mind, especially when it's someone that has evil plans and they're sort of like blackmailing you. When you're doing something for projects, use a different email. That's the best idea. Don't use your own direct email, because when you use your own direct email, they can easily blackmail you on your own email and send you private messages. But when it's like the project email, anyone can go through the email. So the person doesn't even have the right to blackmail you, because that's like the project email. Yeah. And be careful about attachments from known and unknown people. So should I read this down? Yeah, I'm going to read it. It says, be careful about attachments from known and unknown people. The online world is a place for vast information exchange. What you learn about is not always factual. strive to be more media literate. This is another word for questioning what you hear. So when someone said, so let me go back. Be careful about attachment from known and unknown people. Known and unknown people. Your friends can send you attachments that include inappropriate websites. Unknown people can send you messages that include inappropriate websites as an attachment. So you have to watch. So that also is connected to, that is also connected to yesterday's class. We also spoke about that yesterday. So we should always be vigilant, will I say. Don't easily. So I think it's best to keep the message simple and short without really opening the attachment. Unless, well, I was about to say unless it's an emergency, but someone can still lie that it's an emergency, you have to see it. But I think it's best to keep all attachments closed and not really open it, especially if it's an unknown person. Next slide, please. So today's topic is information literacy.
Are you saying that everything you just finished sharing was part of your notes from yesterday?
Not everything, but it's like recap.
All right. Okay, so please go ahead.
So now the main tips on information literacy, that includes verifying information, like the last slide said. Here are a few tips to keep to mind when you're going through posts online, especially posts about facts. Number 1, check the source. Verify the information's author, publication, and date. Is it credible? So yeah, I think that's really important, because when you verify the information author, you can check the person's past posts, see how true their posts are, or if they post, what they call those posts again. They're not, well, it's not a lie. It's like when someone lies that this celebrity is dead, but I can't remember the name, Sha. But
Clickbait.
it's best to, okay, yeah, clickbait is because when you check the author of the information, you can tell if the author is a genuine person and their information is true. And the date, because someone can post something how many years ago and come and post it today. It could have been happening those years ago, but it's not happening again. And people think that is true. So it's best to check the date and the publication and the author's posts and everything, so you know if the source you're getting the information is credible. Next, evaluate the purpose. Why was the information created? Is it to inform, persuade, or entertain people or the readers? Well, it's best to evaluate the purpose, because when you think about why the information is created, it can give you a hint on how to understand. Will I say how to understand? Yeah, evaluating the purpose is, why was the information created? When the information is created, when you reason why the information was created, you tend to, if the information is not of good values, you tend to know the point the person is coming from. If they're trying to inform or persuade you to do something wrong, and you can instantly like follow your tracks back to the right place, so that you know that you're not feeding yourself on something wrong, and what you're reading there actually pertains to you. Well, not all the time, but yeah. Number 3, consider multiple sources. Don't rely on just one source. Look for diverse perspectives and viewpoints. Consider multiple sources. Multiple sources. So you can't just have one source of knowing information, because that person will obviously make mistakes sometimes. So it's not healthy. Yeah, let me use that one. It's not healthy to have just one source of information, in case the person gets it wrong one day, and then you're all stuck thinking that, and you stay there and you keep arguing that what the person is saying is right. And you keep saying that okay.
You didn't give me permission to go ahead.
Oh, I can go ahead.
Okay. So I want to say something here about considering multiple sources. I'll give you an example, and then I'll ask all of you to tell me what you think is happening. So I know someone that every time they read the news, or listen to the news, they'll go and get the newspapers of the two political parties. So if you live in Nigeria, for example, once they see a news item, they will look for the newspapers that like to speak in favor of APC, and they'll look for the newspaper that likes to speak in favor of Labour Party, and they'll look for the newspaper that likes to speak in favor of PDP, and they'll try to read that story from all those people's perspective in order to get the truth. Because the news may be biased towards one, may leave out some facts, may exaggerate some facts. So in order for us to get the truth, we want to look at multiple sources. So a friend of yours come, or you see something online where someone says something about, let's say, what's something that women talk about a lot? Okay, when I was younger, there was this thing called aloe vera. They talked a lot about it, how it helps the skin. And so you would hear some people, they're selling the cream, obviously. They're talking about it. You say, oh, fantastic. Then you go and check out doctors. What are doctors saying about it? Oh, what are dermatologists saying about it? What are cosmetic industry saying about it? So that's why we're saying don't use only one source. So when you start out at asking yourself, why did they create this information? Is it to persuade me? For example, let me give you this short story again. Many years ago, I came across a newspaper article that said that women with low hair had low self-esteem. Now that was crazy. I'm like, you have to be courageous to have a low cut. Then something just said, why was this article written? I scrolled down to the bottom and discovered that a hair cream company funded the research, funded the article. So they're trying to persuade people to grow their hair. And when they persuade you to grow your hair, you're going to buy their cream. They're trying to become a possibility of you to purchase. So they were trying to persuade. Now, when an article is designed to persuade, it's time to hear from other sources. You want to hear what other people think about it and whether the facts that are being presented are correct or not. So let me know, what did you hear from me? What did you hear from what I just said? In one sentence, what did you just hear? All right. Someone asks, is that illegal? So Nicole, is what illegal? Is what illegal? What if the content is on YouTube? Take the title and search it on Google. So if you watch a video on YouTube that said that you can grow onions in 24 hours, go somewhere else. You can ask ChatGPT, you can go on Google, but make sure that that one information, you're checking it in 4 to 5 places. You come online and your favorite celebrity made a statement about something. Take that content and go and ask, does this thing happen like this? So always verify from more than one. So thank you so much, Gadiela, for that. So it doesn't matter where you hear the content. So for example, you're in this camp and Princess Irene is saying, all right, we're in this camp. So I am Princess Havila. I'm not understanding you. I'm not asking you what you've learned so far from the beginning. I'm saying what you've learned from the explanation that I just gave about considering multiple viewpoints. Always verify from different sources. Absolutely. Princess Brianna, back to your class.
I think you've gone more than consider multiple choices. You've even spoken about watch for bias. So I'm just going to go over watch for bias again. Be aware of language, tone, and content that may indicate a biased or one-sided view. That's why Miss Irene said that some people, like, I think that's what reporters do, because they have when they are sharing news online, they have to read on this side of this newspaper, on this side for this newspaper, so they can tell that this person is not, so that they can tell from the two sides and they're not being biased while sharing it. So now I'm going to go to the next part. Check facts. I've also spoken about this too, but I'm going to go over it again. Check facts. When you check facts, even after you see the news, you can still go back to other online sources Like you can still go to Google, you can still go to ChatGPT to find out true and credible information, so that you're not just reading from one source and you think that everything is correct. Now, be cautious of online sources. Anyone can publish online. Look for reputable websites. So anyone can publish online, and that's true. There's no law against anyone. There's no law that says only few people can publish online. Everyone has the right to publish online. But you have to look for reputable websites when you're looking for facts and information. Be cautious of online sources, because you don't know what someone will go and post now and you think that is correct. So it's best to, like now, it's best to go through other reputable websites. And so when you go to those websites, you're not reading from someone that probably has no idea what they're saying. You're reading from other websites that talk based on facts and information. That's right. I think that's why they're called reputable websites, because a lot of people read them knowing that what they're saying is true. Now, use fact-checking websites. Sites like Snopes, link unavailable, and PolitiFact can help you verify information. Yeah, these are all fact-checking websites. They sort of like make sure that the information you're getting is true. They sort of like verify the information you're getting. Snopes and PolitiFact. And let me be honest with you guys, I've never used any of this. I'm probably hearing it for the first time. Not today, but I've heard them before. But I've never used any of them because I don't even like listening to news and all that. But sure. So next, read beyond headlines. Sometimes headlines don't accurately reflect the context. Read the article before sharing. So yes, I think we should all take this to mind, because we think news is boring. So when we open the news and we see the headline, which headline will I form now? Fuel price has increased by 30%, and you think that is true, and you've not gone through the article. But once you see that, you think your mind already goes that fuel has gone from 1,200 to another high price for just 1 liter. But you did not read through the article to see what they mean by 30%, which fuel they're talking about, which one. So it's best to read the article before you go and tell someone, because so it's like you go to school now, you just read the top of the article, then you go to school and say, everybody, have you heard fuel has increased by 30%? And mind you, there'll be people in that class that have read the article, not just the heading. And then, so they'll not look at you like you're being unserious, because like they've read the article and they didn't just stop at the heading. So it's best to read the heading and also the content before you share, because now that makes you a good source of information. Because like now your mind is not based on wrong information. Your mind now thinks based on correct information. So you're not just thinking of that first line you heard, fuel has increased by 30%. So you will know that. So when you read it and then you read through the article, you now know that what they're saying. So it's not just about the 30%, there's stuff behind it that is in the article. But you just see the 30% and you leave it like that. So it's best to read through the article so that the information you're giving out is true. Yeah.
Correct.
Next. It's correct. Use academic. Yeah, I can see the screen. Use academic databases. For research, use school databases or online libraries like JSTOR, EBSCO, or ProQuest. I've never heard of this. I've never actually heard of these websites before. But based on my parents, I think they think that it's better to search using school databases or online libraries, because I think it's majorly about not going online to just go and search directly on Google. Yeah, Google is a good place too, but there are also places where the information is more, will I
Credible,
say,
more
credible,
credible.
yes, because their answers are basically more on education than Google. Like Google has many varieties. So yes, the information can be chosen, but it's best again to not have just one source, multiple sources when you're answering things for research and stuff.
Can I
Ask
say,
questions.
let me say
Yes,
something
ma'am.
about academic databases. So academic databases are research-informed information. So for example, if someone tells you that aloe vera grows hair by 10 inches per day, there is
Uh,
some done a research on it, and they'll tell you how they did it, who they did it with, and what they found out. So when academic databases are not opinions, they marry excellent research, expert opinion, and so they are more trusted. Now, when you get on Google, Google will feed you academic databases, but many times it will also feed you junk. So if you already know the website like Gestor, EBSCO, or ProQuest, when you get to that website, you type your question in there. It saves you the risk of getting information from the wrong source. Please go ahead, man.
okay. Next, ask questions. If you're unsure about information, ask a teacher, librarian, or other trusted adults. So now you see that even after getting information online, it doesn't stay online. There are people around you in your social environment that you can talk to that have credible information to share with you. Like a trusted adult that you know that what they're saying is right, a teacher, or even a librarian. So when you finish getting all this information, especially when you're unsure about it, even if it comes from a credible place, it's still best to go and ask an adult, a trusted adult. Now, the
Hold on.
last two things.
On Brianna. So there's a comment Adeshawa sent something saying that she heard that ChatGPT is not always good. Now,
Yes.
ChatGPT feeds off the entire internet. It's like Google. It feeds off all the research that is online. It feeds off everything. All right. However, there is correct and incorrect information. So even when you use ChatGPT, it will always tell you that their information may not be correct. So let me tell you this. You don't get health, you don't ask ChatGPT anything regarding health. The facts that ChatGPT will give you may be wrong, like population data, budget, news. ChatGPT is not the place. And Brianna, there's a point you're going to make in a few seconds. I think 2 points from now, you're going to talk about the need for current information. ChatGPT is not current. You get the idea. So, princesses, let me know if that remark I just gave helps.
Well, yeah, I think it does.
All right. So go ahead.
Wow. The next point, stay up to date. Sorry.
You're on course.
Coming. Sorry for the delay.
No problemo. In the meantime, girls, if you
Okay.
have, keep dropping it, yeah?
Stay up to date. Information can change quickly, so make sure your sources are current. I think that's why it's best to read news daily, so that, yeah, I think that's why it's best to read news daily, because when you keep reading news daily, you're seeing the date, it's current, it's not things from behind that you're remembering and thinking that those things are still happening. So it's best to get because information changes quickly. So make sure your sources are current, so that you know your facts are credible, because you know that that's what's happening. So it's not like you're trying to remember what's happening. And so when you're up to date on information, You, wow, Princess Iroma Lucy said she hates listening to news. Sorry, you're not the only one. I don't like news either.
No more
Please, Princess.
Princess Essay. Princess Essay, no more emojis. Yesterday, Princess Irene removed someone from the class. I'm happy to do it again. No more emojis in the comment section. Thank you. Don't feel embarrassed. Thank you, Princess. All right, let's go.
Next, use critical thinking. Engage your brain. Analyze information. Identify patterns and make informed choices. Yeah, I think that's something we all need to do when we're going online, so that the information we're taking, we're not just saying from online. We're also using our brain, so that we don't become like robots that we're only getting information from online. We're not trying to use our brains to think. So that's why it's called critical thinking. So you're not hearing the information from one place. You're also trying to solve issues. You're trying to think, how could this have happened? So you're literally using critical thinking even after the news is credible and correct. So I'm trying to connect dots, and yeah, that's basically it. Now, by following these steps, things can become savvy. What? Things can become savvy information consumers, navigating the digital world with confidence and discernment.
All
Thank
right, it's
you.
to look at scenarios. So today we'll take two scenarios and then we'll answer questions, all right?
Okay.
So go ahead and read.
I have to turn off my camera because I had to change the position of the phone
Okay,
and
it's
everything.
okay. No problem. Let us know when you're ready. It's okay, Princess. I know sometimes we're excited, we may want to show off our emojis, but it distracts the class. And Princess Irene is not mad at you. All right? Love you, girl. Somebody says, what about Meta.ai? Let me just tell you what I think about Meta.ai. I think that Meta.ai is good for brainstorming. I also think that Meta.ai is good for generating pictures. So like if you want to get historical facts, it has to be Meta.ai. But one of the things I've learned with Meta, you can use Meta.ai. One of the problems that I have with Meta.ai is that it makes a lot of mistakes. It makes a lot of mistakes. Oh, someone says she likes BBC News, okay? Zita says, they tell us about the news in my school. That's how it's supposed to be, yeah? So
I think
Meta.ai,
I'm ready.
all right. So Meta.ai, it's great. It's going to continue improving, but it's really fantastic with generating pictures. All right. But I think it will always get better. It's giving you random facts here and there. Let me tell you something. I asked Meta.ai one time that who is Irene Bangwell. He said that Irene Bangwell has no online record. I was impressed. He said, I have no online record at all. And then he had to ask me that do I think that he should know about Irene.Bangwell? So Princess Jadeshala, I've typed the correct spelling for you. Is an AI that is owned by Facebook. You know, the company that owns Facebook
Yeah.
has changed their name from Facebook. Their name is now Meta. So that's their AI, Meta.ai. All right. Brianna, please, you have the floor.
So we're going to start with scenario 1. Sarah loved keeping up with her friends on social media, and it was a great way to stay connected with everyone. One evening, she was scrolling through her feed. She came across a post from her friend Emma. The post was a simple selfie with Emma smiling brightly, captioned with positive message about self-confidence. Sarah was about to leave a supportive comment when she noticed that when a sup wait pause. Sarah was about to leave a supportive comment when she noticed something that made her pause. A hurtful comment left by someone she didn't know. The comment was mean-spirited, mocking Emma's appearance and making fun of her smile. As Sarah read it, she felt a surge of anger and sadness. She couldn't believe someone would say something so cruel to her friend. But then Sarah was faced with a tough decision. Should she ignore the comments and move on, or should she take action? Sarah began to think critically about her options. If I ignore the comments, I won't be drawing attention to it, and maybe Emma won't even notice. But what if she already has? What if she's hurt and she feels like no one is standing up for her? If I respond to the comments, I could defend Emma and show that she's not alone. But what if it starts a bigger argument? What if the person who wrote the comments says even more hurtful things? Will reporting the comments be the best option? The platform might remove it, but what if the person just keeps posting negative things elsewhere?
Before you tell us what the final decision is, let's hear from the girls. Who wants to give this a shot? All right. Who wants to give it a I don't know why I laughed like that. I laughed like that because of the comment between Zita and Zara. Zita said in the UK, they remove comments like that. Oh, Jade Sola. Oh, I got it. I got it. I know how to pronounce it now. Jade Sola. Okay, thank you so much, love. No, it's not rude at all. I now know how to pronounce it. I'll note that. So Zita said in the UK, they remove comments like that. But Princess Zara, you are being violent on Nigeria. Say, unlike Nigeria, chai, the way they fight online. All right. So who wants to give it a shot? Who wants to say what they think Sarah should do? Should she ignore the comment? Wouldn't it look as if she's not standing up for Emma? If she stands up for Emma, would it turn to a bigger argument? Would the person say more hurtful things? Should she report the comment? So I want to hear. Nicole wants to give it a shot. Nicole without the A now. Nicole, go ahead on mute and tell us what you think.
Like she could text her friend Emma and show her support rather than going on social media and actually saying it, because then it could cause a massive fight, which is not needed.
Oh, fantastic. So that was even a totally different perspective. Excellent one, Nicole. Raina, what do you think about that?
I think that's great, but oh yeah, it's okay. But I think it's better to post it online, because when you post it online, it gives a warning to other people that they can't do that, because there's going to be problem if you try that again. So
Yeah, but the
yeah, that's what I
question
think.
is, what kind of problem? What's the worst you can do? What's the worst you can do? Those guys, those people that make those comments, some of them are crazy. They have a large community. You are just you and Emma, remember. But I get your point is you want us to serve a deterrent to the person. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think you
All
could
right.
also report the person to the social media platform,
All
so
right.
that
So
it
let's
feels like
let's
blocking
hear
the
what
person.
Nkrumah has to say. And your audio icon is not show. Okay, you're good. It's the video that is not showing, no problem. Iroma, so unmute and share Miss Princess Nnamani. Let's hear you.
Okay, I think that she should post what she said, what the person said to her friend Emma online, and then make the person I think she should make the person feel bad a bit, so you should know what he or she did wasn't really good.
Princess Iroma, you're one of those people that say, let's give them a taste. Is that it? All right, thank you so much. Eniola, your turn. Tell us.
I think she should report the comment so people know that that person is not really good, even if Emma is her friend. And I think she should call Emma and tell her that that wasn't really nice.
All right. Thank you so much, Eniola. All right. So Zita, we want to hear you. Zita, hold on. You can unmute now. Havila, I'll call you in a moment.
I think she should report it, tell her friends about it, and because that sort of is really cyberbullying, so it's not allowed.
Yes,
And
it
it
is.
could be so yeah. Then
Thank you, Zita. Go ahead. Oh, Zita, I think you muted. Do you want to unmute? Okay, you're good now. All right. Princess Avila, your turn. Unmute and share.
I feel she should first report the comment and promote positivity and so that it can drown the negativity.
She should reply to the comment. Is that what you're saying?
Report. She should report it.
Comment, okay. Report the comment. All right. Thank you so very much. It looks like, Brian, it looks like it's only you and Iroma that wants this thing to scatter.
Ma?
All right. So go ahead and read the rest of the comment. Iroma says, give the person a piece of the heat. You two said yes, respond publicly so the person can know. But at each point, you need to know how to pick your battles. So, Brianna, go ahead and tell us what Sarah did after considering the options.
Number one, she gave private support. First, Sarah decided to reach out to Emma privately. She sent her a message letting her know that she saw the comment and that she thought it was completely unfair and untrue. Sarah reassured Emma that she was beautiful and that the comment said more about the person who posted it than it did about her. By offering private support, Sarah made sure Emma knew she wasn't alone without escalating the situation publicly. Ouch.
Yeah, you learned something there, right?
Yep.
So they are
Reporting the comments.
more mad people waiting to ride on it than they are credible
Reporting,
to quell it, yeah.
reporting the comments. Next, Sarah decided to report the comment to the social media platform. She knew that many platforms have rules against bullying and harassment. She hoped that by reporting it, the comments would be removed. This way, she could take action without directly engaging with the person who wrote the hurtful words. Promoting positivity. Finally, Sarah left a positive comment on Emma's post, which would drown out the negativity and remind everyone of the good in their world. Sarah wrote, Emma, you look amazing and your smile is so contagious. Don't let anyone bring you down. Soon after, a few of her mutual friends chimed in their own supportive messages, creating a wave of positivity on Sarah's post. So yes,
I like this ending, yeah? Go ahead.
so yes, there is private support, but there's also reporting the comments, not publicly as we all learned, but you can report the person on the social media platform, reducing the chances of bringing in another negative comment and promoting positivity. So after you do those things, still make sure that you brought in some positive feedback to the person. So like after all this, she still went and wrote again positive comments on Emma's post.
So right now, I don't think we can take one more scenario, ma'am, because of the time. So I'd just like girls to leave us a comment and tell us, Angelo, I think, teach the person a lesson. All right. So let's leave me a comment about what you learned today. We have to close the session because our next session also begins in a few minutes. And so please kindly leave a comment. Let's know. I want to just check quickly what time that next session is supposed to commence so that we can take a break before that next session. But in the meantime, tell us one of the things you have learned from today's session from the beginning. So we gave you the workbook so you could write about what you're learning every day and try to answer the questions. It helps us know if the lessons were comprehensive. That is, if the lessons, you understood the lessons. If you have other questions, it helps us see them and be able to answer them in the next session. All right. So Fortune said, I learned that you should always support your friends. All right. So, okay. So I think we can take one more session. This session is supposed to end in 20 minutes. So Brian, get ready. Let's read the second scenario. We can take 20 minutes. I had to open the timetable to see when the next class was starting. So, but I like us to take 15 and not 20. So please go ahead and read the scenario and let's get into it.
Okay. Sorry.
Thank you.
One afternoon, Sarah was finishing up her homework. She noticed a notification on her tablet. She had received a new email from an unknown sender. The subject line read, "Important, please read and respond immediately." Curiosity piqued. Sarah opened the email. The message was short and vague, claiming that the attached document contained important information that she needed to see right away. The sender's name wasn't familiar, and there was no explanation about what the attachment was. Sarah hesitated, her finger hovering over the attachment, but something didn't feel right. She had been taught to be cautious online, but the word "important" made her feel like she needed to do something quickly. But made her feel like she had to do something quickly. Sarah's mind began to race with questions. What? Why would someone I don't know send me something important? Could it be from a company or maybe a mistake? What if it's a scam or something dangerous? Could the attachment have a virus that could harm my device? Should I open it just to see what it is, or should I ignore it and hope it's nothing? Who can I talk to about this? Is it something I can handle on my own, or should I ask for help? I
All
think
right.
you're muted.
All right. Let's go now. Who wants to share something? Who wants to tell us what would you do if you were in Sarah's shoes or you had to advise Sarah? All right. So I don't know if you all heard this. Okay, 4 hands are up. Oh, this is fun. 4 hands are up. I'm going with you, Deborah. Please unmute and tell us, what do you think Sarah should do right now? So see the 4 questions she's asking and see how you can answer them for her. Princess Deborah, please unmute. Good.
Okay, what I think that Sarah should do was that maybe that she can ask her parents that something was sent to her, and then there was like this message that was sent to her, like an image or an email, and then she asked her if she could like answer it or just ignore it. She does not know if there's like virus in or something inside, or there's something that might scare her or something. I think she does just verify, you know, yeah.
Thank you so very much. She needs to verify. She needs to verify very quickly. Adesha, you're done. Adela, please mute for now. Dadiela, please mute. All right. Adesha, your turn.
Good evening, everyone. What
Thank-
I think Sarah should do is that she should talk to a trusted adult, and then I think there are two options.
Yeah.
The sender can, the sender can send her something that can um damage her mind, or the
Yeah.
sender can tell her something nice, but since she don't know the person, she may reply, but I don't think that's necessary for her to do, even if it is important. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Adesha. Thank you. The thing about it is that important messages should not be sent to minors. Minors are not supposed to make decisions on important messages. So if you get an email telling you that something is important, it's not supposed to be coming to you. Princess Excellence on mute. Please unmute your mic. Excellence. Let's go.
What Sarah should do in that situation is that it's either to just log out of the website, or she stay there and call her parents to come and see it, or she rather block the website
Yes.
or the attachment.
All right. Thank you so very much. So Excellence has brought out another perspective that is very valid. Can she block? There's a way to report an email you received. All these platforms are all working for to make sure that cyberbullying is not happening. So you can block someone's mail. Let me tell you something. When I was trying to get into the university, my parents didn't have a lot of money. My mom in particular, my mom was a single parent. She didn't have a lot of money. And so one time I got this email where someone said, oh, that there was a 45 million naira, $45 million. You just get those emails, they're like one line. Someone said they thought about you, they heard about you, and someone said they should talk to them about you, that they have how many $1 million, and they want you to work with them and they'll send you a portion. You know, as I'm sitting down here, I laugh because at that time, I thought it was an answered prayer. But then looking back, someone said something, an adult said something one time. He said, in this world where so many people don't have, somebody has access to that kind of money. The first people they want to benefit should be their friends and family, not a total different stranger. And later on, I got to learn that it was a Nigerian scam pattern. That means the person that sent that message could be your neighbor living behind your house, living there, and claiming that, oh, they're prince from another part of the world and they need you to work with them to clear money. Meanwhile, there are such things. There's also still money laundering where people call people and say, I'm going to put your name, we're going to put money to you. When they move it to you, send it back to me and you take a commission. But when that thing happens, the question is, why do they need you in the equation? They need you in the equation because if there's somebody to get into trouble, it will be you. If EFCC is to pick someone, it will be you. Let me end with this one. You may actually even talk with your parents about this. There's a new scam that is going on now, right now in Nigeria, where adults will sit down and get a lot of payment into their account. Somebody will send money into their account. And when that person sends money into their account, they'll now get a random call saying, oh, we made a mistake. We sent money to your account. Please wire it to us back. And they'll give the person an account number to wire it back. A friend of mine, let me not call him a friend, a coach I know, he's not close to me, yeah, talked about how somebody paid for his class lavishly. Like he had a class that was 200,000 naira for the ticket, and someone paid maybe for three people and then gave him a gift. And then a few weeks later, I don't know what happened, but the person moved money to his account and told him that, oh, it was a mistake. He should wire it out to another account. Do you know what they discovered? They discovered that people were hacking into people's account. And when they hack into someone's account, they'll move the money to an innocent person. Then call that innocent person and ask them to move the money to their own account, to another account, which could be another innocent person's account. So in the event that the Financial Crimes Commission pick you, they won't even find the people that did the fraud. They'll find who received the money, they'll find who the person moved it to, and none of them may be guilty. So you're growing up in a digital world where there's digital fraud. You have to learn how to report those emails, never believe them, and always question the fact that, where do you know me from? Why do you want to be kind to me? Question their kindness, because there'll always be more to it. Gadiela, I'll take you, I'll take Zita, and we'll pause for that today and carry the rest till tomorrow. So Gadiela, go ahead.
She should first finish her assignment. Then, after she finishes her assignment, she should leave the email and then go tell her mom or her dad. Then she should report the email as a scam.
Yes. She should report the email as a scam. Thank you so much, Gadiela. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. All right, Zita, your turn. Zita, you've spoken today, but go ahead. After that, we'll rest it till tomorrow. So go ahead, Zita.
Okay. I think she should like verify the email and she should like how like explain it, ask what the important thing is about. Send that thing to your parents and then you like continue what you want to do with the email. Or you use your parents' email to continue what you're doing.
All right. So the priority, what you're really saying is don't click on it, don't download it. That's the point of today's session in entirety. So girls, where is Princess Brianna? Are you there?
Yes, ma.
So I'm going to be sharing something with you very quickly that you need to talk about. Just give me a second. I'm coming. But go ahead and start wrapping up. Okay, you were supposed to read. Sorry, ma. You were supposed to read what Sarah eventually did. All right, so go ahead with that, please.
Now, so how did Sarah approach the situation? Don't open the attachment. Sarah knew that the safest step was to avoid opening the attachment. She realized that it could be a trap. Hackers often use tricks like this to get people to download harmful software onto their devices. Number two, analyze the sender and content. Sarah looked closer at the email. The sender's address was a string of random numbers and letters, which didn't even look like a legitimate company or person. The message was also very generic, with no specific details about who it was from or what it was about. This raised even more red flags. Sarah, seek advice. Sarah decided not to handle this on her own. She knew that online safety was important and that it was better to ask for help than to risk making a mistake. She called her dad over and showed him the mail. Her dad agreed that it looked suspicious and was proud of Sarah for not opening the attachment. Report the email. Together with her dad, Sarah marked the email as a spam and reported it to her email provider. They also checked to make sure that her antivirus software was up to date just in case. Her dad explained that reporting suspicious emails helps to prevent others from falling for similar traps. Now, the last one. Delete the email. After reporting it, Sarah deleted the email without opening the attachment. She felt relieved knowing she made the right choice and avoided a potentially dangerous situation. Thank you.
All right, girls. So that is the end of today. It's been an awesome learning experience. Remember, we sent out emails that had we sent out your workbooks that has different questions you're supposed to answer at the end of every day. If you get into the WhatsApp group where your lesson is on the group description. We've posted it in all the groups. It's in all the groups description. So your parents can download it for you. So fill up the articles and make sure you're here tomorrow. So now tomorrow's class is going to be fantastic because tomorrow we are saying, are there good things that you can do on social media? When you get on social media, are there good things that you can do? We're going to come back for it. That's what we're talking about tomorrow. So we're going to do group work tomorrow. We'll break you into groups. You go and sit down and work about different things. If you've ever thought about becoming an influencer, what's the right way to go about it? What are other things that you can do on social media? So we finished talking about all the bad stuff that could happen. And from tomorrow, we're getting into the good stuff. How many people want to learn the good stuff? The good stuff you can do online. Type, I want to learn the good stuff. Yes, I want to learn the good stuff I can do online. That's what we're doing tomorrow. All right. Okay, Princess Follower says she has a question. Yes. In the meantime, if you think that Princess Brianna did well, this is a good time to tell her thank you in the chat. All right, Princess Ifeoluwa, please go ahead and ask your question. Please unmute. All right. Go ahead, Princess.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
As we are 14 years old, most of us are in between 12 to 14. So,
Yeah.
Ma, please, I want to ask, when is the right age for us to own a device or have a device?
All right. So for me in my home, devices that aid schoolwork, like say tablets and laptops, you can have it at 14 for aiding schoolwork. But like a smartphone with a SIM, you can call, you can do WhatsApp. In my home, it's 18. In my home, it's after secondary school. But different homes have different rules, and in each of those homes, they have how they want to go about it. For example, there are homes that the kids have phones, but they have regulations. All right. So I can be so busy, so packed that, to be honest with you, I don't know how much of presence I can give to supervise smartphone use, because it's like when you have a child, God expects you to be responsible for their different phases. So it is parents' responsibility to ensure that the children are safe from harm. So for me, that's what I say. Devices that aid schoolwork, maybe 14. But even at 18, if you don't learn the things you need to learn, You can make a mess even at 18. So for me, I'm like 14 for school devices, 18 after school, after secondary school. But between 11 and 18, I want you to become a bit conversant with the online policies, online safety, online opportunities, so that you can leverage them and use it safely. All right, thank you so much. Princess Nicole, ask your question. All right, thank you, Prince. If I did I answer your question?
Yes, ma. Thank you so much, ma.
All right, have a wonderful day. Thank you. All
I'm
right,
like,
yes, ma'am.
yeah, like, why are like apps so addictive? Like, what do they do to apps to make them like so addictive to people and stuff?
So first and foremost, they do a lot of research around human behavior. Let me give you an example. I watched a video just this week where the CEO of Duolingo was talking about how they've taught them the psychology of keeping people's attention. So for example, you would find that when TikTok came, it had shorter span videos. That means you get satisfied within a short time. And so you want to take more, and you want to take more, and you want to take more.
Yeah.
And they put a whole lot of research to it. They put a whole lot of research to it. So, for instance, Duolingo, which I also noticed that the U version Bible has that feature, they put streaks. They include streaks. You want to watch yourself come back doing something positive every day. Now, Instagram will not put streak, because if they put streak, you'll be irritated with yourself that, look, I've been coming here every time. I'm spending this much time. So there are platforms that will not use streaks, but platforms that want to reward you for doing something positive and good. For example, if you got an app that is to help you do chores, they may introduce streaks. So there's a whole lot of research around holding your attention. They're looking at time span for the videos, colors, and then the social media handles, for example, are designed in such a way that if I create a content that is not so hyper colorful, hyper energetic, they don't show it to a lot of people. So they train you to want only that. So there's a whole lot of brain research that is going into these things. So as we consume them, we need to start asking ourselves, somebody is doing a research to hold my attention. Why is my attention important for them? Am I giving them my attention at the expense of my own life? So it helps us to become more aware of the world around us. So, Princess Brianna, let me see if people are saying, oh, they say they enjoyed your class today as well. They say they learned a lot from this session. Oh my God, this is amazing. This is amazing. So I want to just take a few screenshots from the chat. I think I like the feedback that is coming. Oh, I like the
Thank you,
feedback.
everyone.
Yes, yes, yes. All right. So someone said Princess Brenna is very interesting. Oh, nice, nice. So fantastic. All right, people, we're coming back here tomorrow, and tomorrow there's no longer danger conversations. Tomorrow we are going to be looking at something. SAS, you can get into the chat. We have a WhatsApp group. That's where parents are getting the Zoom link. So there's a girls group where you submit your task and you chat. Remember that we have a mentoring set. Imagine that you were doing these kind of things with us every month, not just during the holiday. We could talk about different things. If you think you learned so much from here, think about what it would be if you were on the squad. You will learn so much. All right. So what we're saying in essence is, tell mommy to register you to be part of the 10 over 10 girl squad. Now, for your age group, we designed a resource. You see this scenario with Sarah, for example. We have a book that has about 40 or 50 scenarios, and I'm writing it side by side with Brianna. So you can imagine, like this one that is on the screen today, she developed it and made it as interesting as it is. So that book is coming out on September 1st. I'm co-writing with Brianna, and I've put the advert on how your parents can get it for you in the WhatsApp group. Tomorrow, I also have an announcement I want to make. We have this back to school masterclass we're doing in September, just before you go to school. It's for 4 categories of girls: girls that are coming into SS1 and JSS1, girls that are going back to school for boarding, girls that are, yeah, a number of girls that are going to the university for the first time this year, girls going to a new school. We have different classes, so remind me to talk about it tomorrow and share with you how your parents can register you to be a part of it. Oh, Princess, look at that prayer. God bless you, Princess Brianna Bangwell. Princess, are you reading it?
Yes, ma.
All right. All right. So let us all unmute so that we can say our bye-byes. Let us unmute ourselves so that we can all say our bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, Brianna. Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.